Hare Krishna. We are reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Shlok Kramanka 22. Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, yadṛcchā-lābha-santuṣṭo dvandvātīto vimatsaraḥ samaḥ asiddhau kṛtvāpi na nibadhyate. Translation: He who is satisfied with gain which comes of its own accord, who is free from dualities, and does not envy, who is steady in both success and failure, is never entangled, although performing actions. So here Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna about the person who performs his activities for the satisfaction of Krishna. He is satisfied. After doing the service, whatever gain or loss comes, he is satisfied with it. He is free from dualities. The person who is dependent and who is serving Krishna constantly, he is free of dualities of happiness, distress, loss, gain, victory, defeat. He is not worried about the dualities because the ultimate pleasure is in serving Krishna. When the pleasure is not in serving Krishna and pleasure is to satisfy your own ego, then dualities come into picture. But when it is all for the pleasure of Krishna, the dualities does not come into picture because we are doing it all for service of Krishna. And such person who is completely acting only for the pleasure of Krishna, although he is performing his action, he is not suffering from the reaction, because when you perform for Krishna, all actions and its reactions are taken care by Krishna himself. Right? So that is the Krishna consciousness activity. Purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining, a Krishna conscious person does not make such endeavor, does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. He is satisfied with gains which are obtained of its own accord. He neither begs nor borrows, but he labors honestly as far as in his power, and is satisfied with whatever is obtained by his honest labor. So, person who is fully dependent on the mercy of Krishna, such a person is satisfied in whatever the gain or loss it is. He just does his best and leaves the rest to Krishna. He is not worried about whether he will gain or lose, because he is doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. He neither begs nor borrows. Why? Because he does not need more. It is the person who is Krishna conscious believes in simple living, high thinking principle. He is therefore independent in his livelihood. He does not allow anyone's service to hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. However, for the service of Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the dualities of material world. So he will not disturb anyone in their service, and he will not get disturbed by anyone in his own service. And for the service of Lord, he can participate in any kind of action, whatever the action, which means that if for the service of Lord construction work is required, he will do. For service of Lord cleaning is required, he will do. For the service of Lord cooking is required, he will do. Whatever the things required for the service of Krishna, he will accept that job or opportunity. And in that, he will not get disturbed by dualities. So whether somebody respects him or disrespects him does not matter to him, because he is fully dependent on mercy of Krishna. The duality of material world is felt in terms of heat and cold, misery and happiness. Dualities are like this, exactly opposite of each other. Happiness, distress, heat, cold. Now, a person who is Krishna conscious, he will take shower whether it is winter or summer. Uh, he will, whether it's too hot also, he will do the cooking required, whatever is required. A Krishna conscious person is above the duality because he does not hesitate to act in any way for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he is steady in both in success and in failure. These signs are visible when one is fully in transcendental knowledge. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.